Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris here as normal. We are looking ahead to today's games for Wednesday, October 30th. We have a pretty big slate going forward here today. As normal, if you guys all did good on Tuesday, it really was a crap slate. I was telling you guys in the video, it was so bad that I didn't even do the main slate for our subs. But we did do the two gamer, which is the night one, and that one didn't turn out too bad. Thank goodness I didn't play the main because I had Trey Young if I was going to play, and unfortunately he got hurt. So, I had a bad feeling something was going to happen, and Trey Young was the bad thing that happened. So, and then we all had that stupid Anthony Davis is not going to play thing, and then he went off for 70. So, So anyway, lineup advice for DraftKings did pretty good here. As you see here, put in 33, won 300 on this one. So pretty solid there for the night one. And then over here for FanDuel, which was also the two-gamer, pretty solid. Doncic sucked. Curry was in the starting lineup, so put him in there. Harris was all right. Did pretty good. KCP, didn't do too bad here. Barton, Hardaway. I had Hardaway. No one had him. He had 23. Davis with a 70 bomb. Clark sucked. And then Jokic was terrible, but there was no centers at all. So, that's kind of what we went to. As you see here, won almost everything in the late night. So, it was a W for us. Like I said, didn't play main because I had a bad feeling, and I did have Trey Young in the main, and fortunately didn't play him. Didn't play main, and I got lucky. So, as normal, if you guys want to come join us, we are still winning $50 per month for per site and $350 per site for the season. To get in on it, check out our website in the comment section below. If you guys want to follow us or hit us up, have any questions, here's our Twitter right here, DFS Moneymakers 2. It's pretty easy to find that. So, no projections today. Once again, a massive slate. So, like I said, it would take 2-3 hours to do projections, and I'll probably be doing that a little bit later on. So, but still, we're going to go through the full slate like normal and pick some of the plays. As normal, if you guys don't want to watch the entire video, you probably will miss a couple things. But if you just want like my core 4 or 5, just skip to the end, and I'll probably post them over here. So, so let's get into it here. No projections, just using it for the game totals here. We got Chicago and Cleveland, our first one. Chicago by 2, and it's a 215 total. So, surprisingly, man, Cleveland's actually playing half decent for the most part. They were in that Milwaukee game last time out. Got blown out at the end, but they're not doing too bad, and they're playing a little bit slower. I don't have too many guys on the Chicago side. Cleveland's defense isn't too bad. They shut Giannis down like crazy last time. And Turner got shut down, Sabonis the time before. So I really don't mind Kevin Love. Price is getting up there, but this dude is doing pretty good here. He's playing like it's like 2010 out here. So I think 2010. I think he was in the league. I'm not sure. Anyway, back in the early days of his career. So, he's looking pretty solid. 86 might be a little much for me. I think you can put him in as cash games. I think 35, 36 is probably about what he's going to get you, but he could top out around 40. I do like Thompson here. I was telling you guys the other day, it was kind of crazy that he was in a winning lineup, but he's looking pretty good here. I think 35, 36, 37 is what you're looking for. If he gets his blocks, he's going to get some extra points for you. So 7,400, very respectable for a guy that's going to get you 35 to 40. And I know a lot of you guys hate me saying it, but maybe Larry Nance and a GPP only. Like I said, this guy's minutes are up and down, but if he does get at least 25 minutes, he's a solid-ish option. I know he's risky, so keep that in mind, but I think he could be worth something. 65 is a little much, so maybe just one or two one-offs is all I put him in there. Not too into anybody else. You can maybe look at Levine, but I'm just not too into the Chicago side since I think it's going to slow him down a little bit, and as we saw with the total. So I think Love and Thompson are my two main guys I'm looking at here, and probably moving on. But those guys are, I think, for me, are solid options. All right, next we have is New York and Orlando, a 209 in Orlando by 9. I don't have much in this one. Portis went off last time out, but I mean, if you go that way, you're kind of chasing points. Vukovic, maybe. I don't have anyone. RJ Barrett's worth a look, but this is going to be a slow game. Yeah, I straight up don't have much. I mean, if Peyton's out, you can go look at. Well, he is going to be out. I guess you can go look at Alonzo Trier. I'm not sure who's going to start for New York. We should get word on who's starting. If Smith is out, we should get word since it's the early game. I guess RJ Barrett gets a little bit of a boost. Like I said, Alonzo Trier maybe. I just would have to see who's starting, and even if they start, they could just go by point guard by committee. Maybe some Niakina might get some minutes. I'm not sure. So definitely keep an eye on that. RJ Barrett gets a little bit of a boost, and then maybe some Trier, but he's mostly just a pure shooter. So not much on that one, but it just depends on who's starting there for New York. If Niakina starts and we're going to hear he's going to get 25, 30 minutes, you can look at him. He's not a bad player, but I'm just not sure who they're going to start. And on that Orlando side, I'm just not too into it too much here. So next game, we got Minnesota and Philly at 224 and Philadelphia by 6 in this one. Let me go see what we got going on. Joel Embiid was a game-time decision. He should be back for this one. I don't mind him, but Towns is half decent as well, but Embiid is a pretty dang good defender, but Towns is Towns here. So I don't mind either one of those guys. I don't know if I'll really have them at the end. They're pretty dang expensive for me. Not too into Al Horford here. Harris is worth a look to get you with around 34, 35, and he's only 7,200. Maybe Josh Richardson. And that's mostly it for me. Napier in a deep GPP only. I'm not too high on Simmons. I mean, he's going to get you 42, 43, but you're paying 9.5 for him. So, so Towns and Joel Embiid are by far the most interesting out of these on this game here. I do like Tobias Harris, so it just depends on who you want out of those two and if you really need it. There's a lot of other good spots to go to. But like I said, don't get me wrong, both these guys should do pretty good, but it's kind of a tough matchup for them. So, but it is a 226, so I do still expect them to do pretty good. Probably give it to Towns if you had to pick. All right, next game we have is Milwaukee and Boston, 223, and Milwaukee by 2 in this one. Oh, that's Twitter, my bad. So we're going to go to this one here. Once again, another low total. This is kind of like a grinded out kind of game here. You can look at Hill. He's been a beast off the bench. You can look at him if you want to at 48. Walker's always iffy for me, but he's only 84. He could get you 35, 36 on this one. Jalen Brown has been good. You can look at him, but I've always had really bad issues with Brown. Every time I pick him, he sucks, but he's looking pretty good this year. But this is not that good of a game, but these teams are pretty slow and pretty good defenses here. You can look at Giannis. He got shut down last time, but I do expect him to have a good one. If Daniel Theis is out again, definitely look at Grant Williams and also look at Mr. Robert Williams. I like both those guys, only if Theis is out. I don't have any word on Theis. Let me go look if Fanduel has anything on him. Okay, so he's questionable. So we may get word, may not get word, but yeah, definitely if Theis is out, Williams are both pretty good options for relatively cheap here. Probably give the upside to Robert Williams just because he could have block upside here. There is Brook Lopez, but I just never like picking this dude. He's having a half-decent year, though. 32, 22, and 37. I think GPP only. He's only 58, so he's actually not that bad of an option. I think get you around 27 to 30 in this one if that's what you're looking for. So Lopez not a bad option. So, yeah, just look out for the Theis news, and then Williams is probably who I'm really going to be looking at here, and maybe Giannis in a one-off, but not really the best spot for him. And there's a lot of other really good games out there. All right, moving on. Indiana, Brooklyn, 220, and Brooklyn by 3. So there's a little bit of news that Irving, as normal, is having some issues. Some of the officials for the team are kind of intimidated or, I don't know, just don't like how he's talking. So, that's always been with Irving, though. We know how that is. Speaking of Irving, I don't mind him. He's obviously going to shoot a ton. One of the highest usages in the game, tied with Trae Young. So I got to put him in there. I don't mind Brogdon, not the best spot for him. But, man, I mean, if Lamb's out again, I definitely don't mind him. I think I saw he was going to play. I'm not sure. Participated. Okay, so he's going to play. So that hurts Brogdon a little bit, but still, even with Lamb back, he's still going to be shooting a ton. Let me go see here. Prince is worth a look. I know he's been trash, but I could see him get 26, 27 in this one. Sabonis, Turner, they're in good spots, but I don't know if I will have them. But I wouldn't mind them in GPP. So I think Irving for sure is worth a look. Brogdon as well in a couple one-offs, and then Dinwiddie solid off the bench as well. So, I really don't mind targeting a couple from this one. Definitely watch the total. I wish it was a little higher, so that's why I don't have too much exposure to this game because it's only a 220. But I think it could go over it, but I'm a little worried Brooklyn could blow out Indiana, but we'll have to see here. So if the total rises a couple, then, I might have a little bit more picks from this one. All right, Toronto and Detroit at 210 and Toronto by 8. Man, there are some really good high totals out here early on. And as normal, they're all East Coast games. Like I said, you know how I feel about those East Coast games. Totals are crap. Anyway, let me see here. Toronto and Detroit. You can definitely look at Lowry. His usage is definitely a lot higher without no Kawhi. So he's always in play for you for sure. Reggie is going to be out again. D Rose absolutely just took a big crap last time out. And, of course, we had him. I do think he rebounds here. It's not the best matchup for him, but I think he could rebound. And at lower ownership, I wouldn't mind taking a shot at him. Fred VanVleet, solid option. Don't mind Siakam, but I don't know if I have him here. OG's not looking too bad. His price is skyrocketing, though, which kind of sucks a little bit. Luke Kennard is normal, 23-24 in this one. Ibaka's getting a little much for me. Wood did pretty good last time out, but as normal, Wood's one of those guys that plays and gets pretty good minutes, or he just randomly doesn't play. So GPP only because we don't know if he's going to play or not. Could get some extra minutes because Toronto could blow him out, so maybe Wood gets a little bit of extra run. And then we got Drummond. I think he could be a GPP play. I get it, not the best spot, but I think he could be very sneaky to get you 50 to 52. But that's GPP for me. You're going to get him at very low ownership if those other two, especially with Towns and Joel Embiid. So for the most part, not much. It's a 210 total. There's a couple guys that I mentioned, but they're just a couple one-offs for sure. All right, let's finally get into the West Coast games, the games that actually matter here. Well, this isn't West Coast, but it's going to be a West Coast sped up here. Houston and Washington. We got a 230 in Houston by 8. So Washington's actually not playing bad. They kept up with San Antonio for the most part, and this should be a pretty good fast-paced game. As normal, Harden or Westbrook, I don't know who's going to go off. You're just going to have to pick and choose. Harden had a pretty good one out last time, but that's because he scored a lot. He didn't have a lot of assists or rebounds, so if his shot is off, like we saw the first couple games, he's going to only get you about 43, 44. So, I'd probably lean to Russell Westbrook in this one. Let me see who else. I really don't mind Beal. I think he's actually in a solid spot to get you 45, 50 in this one. I don't mind Davis Bertans. This guy's actually playing a ton of minutes off the bench. He is a pretty good three-point shooter here. 28, 27, and 32 minutes. I had a good one here. That's because he was shooting like crazy and he was facing his old team. But, yeah, man, I still think he can get you 20, 21 points for only 4,000. Bertans is definitely worth a look for me. Rio Hachimura, out of Gonzaga. He's not a bad option. Not many people are going to have him $5,900. Yeah, he's shooting a ton and getting close to double-double. So, yeah, I don't mind him at all either. He's going to get out there and play a ton of minutes. So, also on my radar as well for only 59. Bryant, maybe, but I just don't know if this is really a Bryant game here. So, yeah, I'm looking at Ryu, maybe one or two of Davis Bertans. Harden, maybe, but probably consider Westbrook in this one. And I really don't mind some Mr. Bradley Beal either. So that's what we got going on. Should be a good one. I got at least 3 or 4 from that game with that 230 total. All right, moving on. Portland and OKC. Oh, man, a 1 spread. Whew. We got a 223 and a 1 spread. That's interesting. I know they're on the road, but give a little bit more respect to Portland here. Yeah, I honestly love D. Lil. I think he's in a solid option here. Once again, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum's coming on, and he's still very cheap at 69. You can look at Schroeder. I picked him last time, but I just don't know how much they're going to play him in this one. You can definitely look at Mario Hezonja. Looks like Zach Collins is going to be out again. You could, if you want to go really GPP, Anthony Tolliver got some run with Zach Collins being out. He's only 3,700. He got you 24.5 here, 5'10" and 3. So play 28 minutes. If you need the punt power forward, I really do not mind Mr. Tolliver in this one here. And Adams' game time decision, I don't know if we'll get word on him. They probably going to go small for the most part. So that definitely should hurt Whiteside, in my opinion, because he doesn't need to be out there to guard. And OKC will probably have to run fast here. So, yeah, and I think that helps Tolliver out a little bit more because he's a smaller dude. So, Shea Gilgeous, I think, on the OKC side. Lillard, McCollum, I love both of them. And probably a little bit of Tolliver on this Portland side because he had 28 minutes, so I think he's solid. And Mario Hezonja as well is going to get a little extra run. So, yeah, a little bit of value out of there. LA and Utah, 215, Utah by 2. Oh, my goodness. I hate Utah, man. They're so trash right now. I don't mind Royce O'Neal. He's kind of an all-around guy. Might get you 18 to 20. But you got Tolliver there, so you could just look at him. Zubac might get you 20 minutes, but he's going up against the Eiffel Tower. Kawhi picked him last time. Don't know if this really is game. I don't have much from this game, to be honest with you. It looks just trash to me. So I'm personally going to skip over it. Maybe O'Neal. I mean, Conley in a deep GPP only if you randomly think he's going to turn it around. But, I mean, for the most part, there's just not much going on in this one. Next, Charlotte and Sacramento. We got Sacramento by 7, even though they haven't won a game yet, and a 223 total. I think this one goes over here. Sacramento, they're playing pretty good their last game out, but their shooting is just it's interesting. I was watching that Sacramento Nuggets game, and Buddy Hield, man, did he look terrible. Anyway, I love Fox. I think this is a good spot for him. As we know, he's the starter for that team. Who else we got? That's mostly it there. Looks like they moved Graham to shooting guard. 5,700. He's still coming off the bench, but he's always a solid option for sure. Comes out there and does pretty good work. So definitely like Devontae Graham, still at 57. Personally, I'd probably pick him over D Rose if you had the pick. Bacon may be worth a look only in GPPs. Washington GPP. Rashawn Holmes, they just 5,900. I mean, come on, FanDuel. Seriously. He had one good game. One good game. And you put his price up to 6,000? Like, seriously, come on now. This dude is crazy foul trouble. If he was like 45, 46, I'd consider him. But, of course, FanDuel sees one good game and they have to jack his price up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, yeah, I'm not picking him. I'm 59. That's just crazy. If he goes off, he does. But, like I said, he's a big foul machine, so he definitely couldn't play 19 minutes again. So, good on FanDuel for overreacting. Oh, sorry about that. But good on FanDuel for overreacting there. Sorry about that, guys. Something fell. Apologize for that. One guy I do like is Cody Zeller, though, 6,600. Solid option for sure. Had a bad one against LAC, but, the Clippers. But still, he's a double-double machine. I think he gets you about 30, 32 in this one. And that's mostly who I'm looking at there. So Zeller maybe in a couple one-offs. Maybe Graham, Bacon in a couple GPPs, maybe some Fox as well. So maybe one or two from that one and moving on from that game. All right, last but not least, Phoenix and Golden State, 229 Golden State by 5. I think a lot of people have this one, and for sure Curry, I think, is going to be like 80% owned. Solid option, still 9,600. I like him. I do like Rubio in this one. Devin Booker, D'Angelo Russell, Kelly Oubre, Glenn Robertson. I mean, I could just go on. Draymond, Frank Kaminsky, Dario, even though he got in foul trouble. Chris, Curry kind of tick me off what you did to Chris last time out, but that's behind me. And Willie Colley's going to play in this one. I don't think he's going to play a lot, but that helps out Golden State. And don't mind a little bit of Baines. So, yeah, I mean, this game should be good. I got 2 or 3 from this one as well. But for sure, Curry is the main guy to be looking at here. All right, so that's mostly a little bit faster than normal, but kind of got the gist of it there. So my favorite point guard, I mean, we just talked about him. Like I said, Westbrook, solid option if you can get him in there, but I love me some Steph Curry here. Let's see what else we got going on. I love Rubio. Beverly is always your guy for 24-25. Just for this one, we're going to go Rubio. I think you should get your double-double for sure. I mean, I should probably just going to load up on this game, to be completely honest. If you don't want to go Beal, Booker, or Russell are very solid options. I personally do like Beal over these 3. Sorry, over those 2, but still solid options down there for sure. For this one, I'm just going to go Graham, fast pace against Sacramento. He's playing quite a bit. Small forward. You only got 57. You're going to have to go a little bit cheap here. I'm going to go put in Bertans, and for the rest, I'll probably let you guys figure out the rest of it there. So 6,100 should get you guys a couple more guys to look at. So that is mostly it. But those core guys are pretty solid, and I told you about some of the other guys that I like. So that is mostly it. Yeah, so as normal, if you want to come join us, website will be down there in the comment section below. Click on it, follow all the instructions, and get set up. We'll definitely love to have you guys. And yeah, so as normal, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. I do appreciate it. As normal, thank you for all the likes, guys. And also, if you are new here, hit that sub button. We will be doing videos almost every single day on the main slate. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a good Wednesday, and I think we will see you guys here on Thursday.